like clock. I can't stop. Fuck around, make my 40 pop.
Boruto episode 126 review. Alright guys, a couple of things happened in this episode that was very significant, and I do want to talk about that, but this episode pretty much had a lot of the things that I thought would happen, and also it had a little bit more. Now, one thing that I did expect that didn't really happen in this episode was, of course, us seeing something or a cameo of Urashiki Otsutsuki. I think that was a little bit of a disappointment, mainly because, one, I was wrong, but also because that could have possibly gave us some insight about Urashiki's next plans. There is definitely possibly still a chance that in the next episode or the episode after that we'll possibly get like a 2-minute or possibly 1-minute cameo from Urashiki, but the best time for Urashiki to make a cameo would definitely be the episode after the big arc, and because we didn't get that, I'm pretty sure the possibility of that happening is also dwindling. But the biggest parts about these episodes, the two big things that I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys did love, of course, the information about the tail beast, but also the biggest part is Himawari's Byakugan. Now, first things first, I do want to talk about the tail beast, and of course this is something very surprising to me, mainly because I didn't really guess that this would be the situation. Now, the tail beasts look like they're frolicking around. They're just running around having a good old time, frolicking in meadows, and they're pretty much being unguarded. They're not under surveillance, they're not under heavy protection, which I thought they would be, or even possibly sealed inside of Naruto, where Naruto could possibly call up on them whenever he wants. That is not this situation, and that is not the case. We see them just running around freely, which means that they are in multiple villages as of right now, and as we speak. This right here is not a very good idea in my opinion, but first I do want to give you guys the projected location of each tailed beast, and I think that this is going to be very important because there is going to be an upcoming 5 kage summit. All of the kage are going to have an input about where their tailed beasts are going to go and how their tailed beasts are going to be protected. Now, first things first, starting off with the Hidden Leaf Village, we understand that Karma and Shikaku are going to be in the Hidden Leaf Village. They're going to be under the surveillance of Naruto and Sasuke, and those two are going to be the most protected tailed beasts out of all 9 of them. Now, going into the Hidden Cloud Village, you have the 2 tails and you also have the 8 tails. The 8 tails being inside of Killer Bee, but the 2 tails is a tail beast that we haven't necessarily dived deep into, especially in the whole anime of Naruto and Naruto Shippuden, and especially Boruto. But the 2 tails, in my opinion, is possibly going to be very, very safe, because he's under the surveillance of 8 tails, the Killer Bee as well. But still, it would be more safe for it to be in the Hidden Leaf Village. Now, going on to the Hidden Mist Village, the Hidden Mist Village is projected to have 2 tailed beasts, the 3 tails and also the 5 tails. These 2 tailed beasts, in my opinion, probably have like extremely low security and extremely low protection, mainly because Chojo being the kage, I strongly doubt that he's going to have any respect within the tailed beast community, and of course I highly doubt that he's going to be able to protect any of the tailed beasts against any incoming Otsutsuki members, even though I feel like a lot of the kage are probably not going to be able to protect them. But still, Chojo is probably not going to have the command to tell the tailed beast what to do. For example, we just seen in a recent art that the kage told the 1 tails, yo, get into a tea kettle. Like, let's be honest, I don't necessarily see Chojo telling the 3 tails or 5 tails to get into a tea kettle, and I highly doubt that they're going to respect that opinion, especially coming from Chojo. So still, I think that right there is probably going to be a very, very risky situation. I think that Chojo at the 5 kage summit is going to actually have to surrender his tailed beast to Naruto and Sasuke, possibly even by force if it's necessary. Now, going into the Hidden Stone Village, now in this Hidden Stone Village you have Son Goku and you also have Kaku. Now, this is going to be a very dangerous place for the tailed beast, just like the Hidden Mist Village, and I think that they're definitely going to have to surrender their tailed beast also to the Hidden Leaf Village as well. The last tailed beast is going to be the 7 tails. Now, the 7 tails is not necessarily in any of the 5 great nations. He's not necessarily under a kage as of right now. Now, when he was pretty much out and about back in Naruto Shippuden, he was in a village called Village Hidden by a Waterfall. Now, this is going to be very confusing to a lot of people, mainly because I'm pretty sure not a lot of you guys seen these episodes, but the village is in a location in the unnamed country. We still don't know the country as of right now. The leader of this village is most likely not going to be at the 5 kage summit, and this right here could possibly be a problem, but I still think that Naruto could definitely communicate to this tailed beast and possibly tell him to come back if there is an emergency, which of course there is an emergency. Urashiki just attacked the Hidden Sand Village, but still, I think that right there is going to be a little bit of a problem, and I think it's probably going to be solved expeditiously. All of these tailed beasts would be in the Hidden Leaf Village. I don't necessarily want to say in the Hidden Leaf Village, but all these tailed beasts should be under the surveillance and protection of Sasuke and also Naruto. I just think that this is going to be the safest place, and also if Otsutsuki members do eventually want to attack, they'll understand that, hey, they're probably not going to be able to do it easily. They're gonna have to go through Sasuke and Naruto. And not only that, the significant part about it is the fact that they're probably gonna have to guard against other Otsutsuki members out there. I don't think that Urashiki is probably gonna be the last Otsutsuki member or last person period from another dimension that wants to take chakra from these tailed beasts. And because of that, it's significant for them to be in the protection of Naruto and Sasuke. Now here's the thing, I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys probably weren't, paying attention to the series back then, but very early in the series, we heard Momoshiki tell Kinshiki that this dimension has 16 space curvatures. Now the maximum that the Otsutsuki clan allows a dimension to have is 10 space curvatures. Now the space curvatures, in my opinion, is directly linked to the amount of chakra a person has or a dimension has in this dimension. Now because this dimension has a whole lot of chakra, a lot of Otsutsuki members out there are probably going to say like, hey, this dimension has 16 space curvatures, we should probably investigate and we should probably take some of its chakra. Of course, we understand that majority of the Otsutsuki members out there, their goal is to collect chakra. Urashiki's goal was to collect chakra. Kinshiki's goal was to collect chakra. Momoshiki's goal was to collect chakra. Same thing with Kage, or it was still Kage's chakra. She was trying to take back her own chakra, but still, they were all trying to collect chakra. And because of that, we can understand, or we can assume, that other Otsutsuki members are probably going to come to try to do the exact same thing. So as I said, the safest spot for all these tailed beasts is to probably be with Naruto and with Sasuke, mainly because that would probably be the safest spot. Not just protect them against Urashiki, but also to protect them versus other characters out there that could possibly be wanting to come to this dimension to take down some of the space curvatures in this dimension. Now, as I spoke about before, there will be a 5 Kage summon coming up. That right there is like a no-brainer. An Otsutsuki member literally just attacked. There needs to be a 5 Kage summon. Now, in my opinion, what's going to be discussed at this 5 Kage summon is, of course, the protection of the tailed beast, but a possibility for the protection of the tailed beast can possibly be new jinchuurikis, and there's no way I'm going to be able to cover this whole thing in a review, so I will probably make another 5-minute or another 6-minute video talking about the possibility of new jinchuurikis. But just like we've seen with Shikaku, they want to minimize the footprint of these tailed beasts, and the best way to minimize the footprint of these tailed beasts is to possibly put them in, if not a tea kettle, in jinchuuriki hosts. And of course, it won't be the same stereotype or the same stigma that old jinchuurikis did have. If you guys recall, the old jinchuurikis had a very bad stigma, mainly because the tailed beasts that they were holding inside them did pretty much destroy the village that they were brought up into. Now the tailed beasts, as of right now, no one hates them. I'm pretty sure not a lot of people hate them. It would probably be like 1% of the general public would hate them, but still the jinchuuriki would pretty much have a regular life in comparison to the jinchuuriki of old. Now the downside is obviously to get all the tailed beasts to agree to this. In my opinion, the easiest tailed beast to get to agree to this would probably be Son Goku, man, because Son Goku and Naruto have a very good relationship. But after that, it's going to be difficult and tough sledding. If we count Son Goku, that's only 4 tailed beasts that could possibly be safe in a jinchuuriki body. And of course, the other 5 tailed beasts out there, they definitely won't be very quick to agree to a situation like that, mainly because they did voice their displeasures about being held inside of a human, because not only do they hate the humans, but they also want to be free. Now, getting off of the tailed beast thing, hands down, one of the most entertaining things about this episode is, of course, Himawari's Byakugan, mainly because Himawari's Byakugan is something that's pretty much an anomaly. Himawari's Byakugan activates and then it deactivates. This is going to be a significant storyline going forward in the anime of Boruto. Now, I feel like the writers are playing with us, man. They need to just give Himawari the Byakugan and just be done with it. I think that they're probably just tugging on our heartstrings. They want to pretty much drag this out for as long as they can, man, because Himawari is just so young. But eventually they're going to have to give Himawari the permanent Byakugan. Now, in terms of how she actually uses it, I think that this is going to be a very big problem in the future. She pretty much does this locked on thing. Now, as she's young and as she's small and everything like that, it's very cute. We understand it's very cool to see Himawari use it, especially it looking so aggressive. But in the future, I feel like she's probably not going to be able to lock on an enemy. That honestly reminds me of Minato and Kakashi when Kakashi first learned the Chidori, and whatever Kakashi was locked on, he was pretty much hitting that spot. He couldn't necessarily re-react to anybody else. It was just point A and point B. That's the same thing with Himawari. Now, as we know, Kakashi basically got his Sharingan, therefore he could pretty much perfect the Chidori. But in the situation with Himawari, we know she's not going to get a Sharingan, and this is going to be significant, man, because in the past, if you guys recall, she locked on Boruto and Naruto jumped in the way. Himawari didn't stop. Himawari didn't try to go around Naruto or anything like that. She pretty much folded Naruto. So because of that, I pretty much get the impression that she can't really re-react to anything that pops up after she does lock on. But here's the thing, she is still very young. She is still relatively very undisciplined in the way of the Byakugan, and of course she didn't necessarily go through any training before, And I feel like that's something that the Boruto writers definitely need to tap into. Now, I'm not saying that we need to have a whole arc or multiple arcs of just seeing Himawari train. I think that should just be going on in the background. For example, when Sasuke goes out on missions and when you don't see Sasuke for like, I don't know, 50 episodes or so, I think that should be the exact same thing with Himawari. Himawari should be at her grandparents' house, pretty much learning and training with the Byakugan and making sure that the Byakugan can possibly stay permanent in her eye. And not only that, she could also pretty much maximize the use of the Byakugan. We understand that once you train with the Byakugan, you can see from like 50 meters all the way up to like 10 miles. And I think that could possibly be extremely significant in her development as an overall ninja and possibly being the next Hokage. But I do know what you guys think about this in the comment section below. A whole lot of things that I did cover in this video, talking about the Tail Beast, talking about Himawari's Byakugan, and of course Sasuke's upcoming schedule. Let me know what you guys think about it in the comment section below. It's been your boy Baara, and we out.
Check my clock, I can't stop. Fuck around, make my 40 pop. No popcorn, I pop pistols. Reaming my body, clothing no issue. Bitch, you look sick, you need a tissue. You drop a body, I just might bless you. I'm at your sexual, no high cholesterol. Where's Jenny Craig? Bitch, just get sexual.